Hi there, Lloyd Machedo speaking to you from LloydMachedo.com, who's Lloyd Machedo in Think Personal Branding. Today the date is 15th October 2017. It's a Sunday. Time right now is 3:52 in the afternoon. This is going to be a rather shocking and controversial video, and the reason I'm putting it up is because I keep getting asked this question: what is the reason that even though I'm an Indian passport holder, why is it that I don't want to stay in India? Now, mind you that if you are a hardcore patriotic Indian, you're not going to like this video very much. So it's up to you whether you want to see it. Now, let me put a couple of disclaimers here. First and foremost is I'm not racist. I'm not at all racist. You can be black, you can be white, you can be Hindu, Muslim, Christian, whatever. For me, it's all the same. I have no problems with any religion, race, color, no problem at all. However, if something is wrong, it is wrong. The second thing is I don't hate India because, you know, when you hate something, it's because someone has done something wrong to you. India has not done anything wrong to me. However, the only thing that I do hate is people who commit crimes against humanity or individuals or the environment. So it might be one individual, but it may not be the entire race or community at large. And I know that there'll be this big question: oh, you are not a patriotic, you are a traitor. Here's the thing: patriotism is overrated. It is, if you're born in that country, you are living in that country, you join the army and you're going to give your life, fine. You be one side, you shoot bullets to the other side, you're patriotic. I have never been in India. If given an option, I would definitely have migrated to Canada or some other place. For me, the passport is just a document. It's just a document for me to travel. Apart from that, I don't use the Indian passport for anything else. And the identity is, it's more like saying, I'm a Christian, I'm a Hindu, I'm a Muslim, I'm male, I'm female. Those are just man-made terminologies. I like to look at it as a human being. So for those who are paranoid about being patriotic, I don't know what is your contribution to the nation apart from compulsory payment of taxes. That doesn't make you more patriotic than anyone else. So here out my 13 reasons, and let me know in the comment section below, what do you think? You agree, disagree, and yeah, whatever you want to say. So the 13 reasons why I choose not to be in India. The first one is the Indian mentality. For me, that is one of the biggest things. Now, even though I'm an Indian, the majority of the Indians that I meet, they have a very, very narrow-minded mentality. Very, very narrow-minded. I mean, for example, majority of the Indians, for them, let's say, you talk about the LGBT community, oh, they go like this. You talk to them about atheism, they go like this. If they were to see, you know, you get this moral policing, the guy and girl sitting together, they'll take a stick and they'll hammer you. Then you need to get married to whomsoever your parents choose. Well, that is kind of changing. But still, it should be Christian to Christian, Hindu to Hindu, Muslim to Muslim, or approved by the community at large. If you're not married and you're living in together, that is unacceptable. Then you have religious fanatics who, oh my goodness, in the name of religion, they'll fight, they'll destroy stuff. Even today, it goes on in so many parts of India. There's always a racist feel. I mean, oh, we are from the South, we are not from the North. These are North Indian movies, not South Indian movies. Then you have, oh, use Fair and Lovely. You know, why? Because being dark is not acceptable. They even show these ads. Can you believe Fair and Lovely ads where this girl goes to the interview because she's dark-skinned, he says fail, she's depressed, she uses Fair and Lovely, she becomes fair, and then she gets the job. I mean, that's so ridiculous. And the biggest part of the Indian mentality, I get this every single day, every email, every Quora message. Lloyd, I don't have money. Can you help me for free? Can you help me for free? Can you help me for free? You have money for the electricity bill. You have money for the internet. You have money to make calls. You have money to buy clothes. But you want my expertise for free, and I hate that. They're stingy about. They're not stingy about buying an iPhone, but they're stingy about paying that same money to study, learn. So for me, this is what I've experienced both among the people I've been with, the Indians. In fact, even in my family, so many of them have this. So the Indian mentality is really, really, it gets to me sometimes, okay? That doesn't mean everything of the Indian mentality is bad. Yes, these are the few things that are really, that like stick out like a sore thumb. The second thing is the Indian attitude. Now, what do I mean by this Indian attitude? throwing garbage anywhere, urinating in public, shitting in public. In fact, there was this video of this man going in the metro, actual metro. He's urinating near one of the seats. There have even been, it seems, the new metro that was released, and after the first line of passengers, people actually took knives and blade and carved their names, and they tried to remove the TV monitor from there, the thin flat screen. They tried to steal the earphones. I mean, that's ridiculous. And the Indian attitude, by what I mean by that is, if a guy and girl are somewhere, they feel it's their moral obligation to, beat them or shout at them or hit them. I mean, this is so ridiculous. Okay, that's point number 2 is Indian attitude. Point number 3 is Indians paying taxes. I seriously do not understand why Indians pay taxes. The roads I have full of plot holes and potholes. You do not get free world-class medical services. You do not get free world-class education. You do not get guaranteed employment. You don't get unemployment benefits. You don't get old age provisions or help. Then why are people paying taxes? I cannot understand. In most of the countries, at least they take care of the old. At least they give you free medicines, or they have doctors to assist you. I don't know why people pay taxes in India. I have not heard a good answer to that. Number 4 is corruption. I mean, corruption is absolutely widespread. Yeah, yes, I know what you're going to tell me is, oh, is America not corrupt and all that? Fine. America is educated corruption, okay? Educated ones that they're exploiting. But here you have godmen. Can you believe a guy who positions himself as God, who comes out with this movie? There was this bearded guy who flies through the air, pretty hairy all over. I don't know what's his name. And the minute he got in jail for raping a girl or something like that, people actually started a riot. They started breaking stuff left, right, and center. And that I consider unbelievable. And if you want another explanation for corruption, do you know that I work for a company that manufactures fake degrees in India on a wide scale, where he makes almost a million in terms of net profit per month. And even though I went to the police, even though I went to the highest levels, both in Dubai as well as in India, nobody cared. They said, it's none of our business. Well, if he's not doing any harm to us, why should we be bothered? And I also have many of these fake degree papers, which I've never used, which I've collected and kept. So corruption-wise, and everyone knows it, but nobody does anything. In fact, many of the universities don't even have a structure there, but just a land, and they have a nice website, and they offer degrees for cash. Okay. Point number 5, which everyone knows, but nobody talks about, India's population is almost the highest in the world. It is too many people, too many. I mean, forget, you just have to go to Mumbai near, try to get into a train from the main station. It's like there is no queue, there's no respect, nothing. People will push each other. You might even die. It's that crazy. People are pushing, and it's horrible. It stinks. It's bad. Body odor. It's unruly. There's no system there. And it's like for every job that you apply, there are maybe, if in normal countries there are 400 people applying for the job, here you'll have at least 100,000 applying for the same job. You'll have 100,000 trying to aim for the same seat. So the population is such a massive problem, and nobody seems to do anything about it. Point number 6 is the competition. If you think competition in India is easy, you're mistaken. It is the hardest. In fact, I tell most of my students and youngsters, you really want to know what is a tough life, go down to India. You will not survive even for a few minutes. The next one, hygiene. Point number 7. For some strange reason, it's not that Indians don't have a bath. They do have a bath. But this concept of using a deodorant, the concept of using a deo roll-on, the concept of shaving your underarms, I've even seen, I'm not joking, I've even seen females with hair all over their body. And some of my friends, South Indian friends, they said, well, some of us guys find that a turn on, seeing hairy breasts. So for me, it was like, okay, that's very interesting. So, and it's so funny, if you see a lady wearing a sari with her tires showing. So if you actually look at some of the heroes and heroines in some of these movies, I'm not joking. The hero has a big fat stomach, a hairy stomach, and women get turned on by that. So for me, that is hygiene, and that looks yuck. Okay, if in fact, when I went to Air India, the air hostess had she had wore the sari, her arm, she was sweating from here, literally sweating. It was so disgusting. And if you go to some of the Air Indian airlines, the passengers in the aircraft, because it's like a closed, it smells like a sweaty ball sack. I mean, so disgusting. It's like, ugh. I don't know what it is. The next one is expensive. Point number 8. People think India is cheap. You're mistaken. India is not cheap at all. Today, the prices are as good as the international market. And here's the downturn. You don't earn as much to pay for those facilities. So if you're trying to live a very, 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 very simple roadside life, you can manage. But if you want to live a good life, it's extremely expensive. Point number 9 is the education. The majority, almost 90% of the education in India is outdated. It's of no use. And they put so much of unwanted pressure on the students that India has a really massive, high number of students who literally kill themselves. Many families consider it's better you die than to get even one mark less. And the reason why students actually study so hard is because it's not possible to get into the government jobs which are guaranteed or to pass through the exams. So they spend their whole life trying to get 99.999, and there you'll have maybe 10,000 students with 99.999, 99.998. So it's so tough. So one is the education system is outdated, and second one is the pressure to study this outdated stuff, this information which they are memorizing is pointless. And the worst part is there's so much of praise and value for someone who has memory skills rather than practical skills. Point number 10 is the double standards. A guy can have many, many women and he's considered cool. A girl is just seen with another guy and her respect is completely destroyed. A girl can wear a sari and it's acceptable, but if a girl wears an American outfit with a little bit of skin showing, it's bad. I mean, the double standards are so way too high. In fact, okay, agreed, most of the men are desperate in India because obviously they don't have places where they can release their sexual tension. So when they see a girl, it's like watching a piece of meat. You know, most of them act in that way. They stare. Not all these girls are saints. Some of them, oh my goodness, these girls are, they just want to be these Nazi females, like feminism. Oh, we demand equal rights. We have to be treated with this and that. And they talk like, oh my goodness, just feel like staying away from them. And the worst part is they just want the best of being a female, the best. They don't want toilet cleaning. They want executive jobs. They don't want an ugly looking guy. They want a rich guy. So these feminists have double standards. Then you have number 11, the hostility, which is so crazy. If you criticize anything wrong in India, these guys just don't want to see it. Oh, what about you? And they start, the only retaliation that they have is bad words. Oh, your mother is this, your father is this, you are a fuckface, and you are this. Oh my goodness. I mean, you need to check out some of the comments that I received from Indian guys. Teri maa ki, tere behan ke, tera bhai ka, tera this and that. Number 12 is rape and crimes. I mean, even if you're raped as a girl, the family considers better to keep quiet because your respect will go. So rape is like just rampant in India. And it's so shocking when you read that a 3-month-old baby or 11-month-old baby was raped constantly for 2 days or a week. I shudder to even think about this. And the way these crimes are in India, it's shocking. In US, at least you can sue the guy. In India, you can't sue. So there are a lot of crimes and rapes which are not reported. Okay. And number 13 is the massive identity crisis. Indians, they try to emulate the West so much. It's like they try to put on this accent and they try to dress up like the West. You don't know how much is Indian and how much is the West, so you don't know who you're looking at. You know, it's so bloody crazy. So these are my points on which I feel, these are the points why I choose not to stay in India. First one is the Indian mentality, which is narrow-minded. They have this extreme religiousness. It's kind of racist and they value free. The second one is the Indian attitude of, like, examples like urinating, damaging public property. It's just crazy. You can never have a conversation with them, with most of them at least. Third one is Indian pay taxes. I have no idea why. The number 4, the corruption, from fake degrees to having criminals elected to office. Point number 5 is the Indian population, which is so massive. Point number 6 is the competition, which is way too high. Point number 7 is hygiene. There's almost zero hygiene with some people, most people. Point number 8 is very expensive. Point number 9 is education is seriously outdated, and they shove down this uneducated, this outdated education down the throats of these children with no real skills. Point number 10 is the double standards that are there in India. Point number 11 is the hostility, which is so crazy. Point number 12 is the crimes, and especially the rape that is there. And point number 13 is a massive identity crisis. So these are the points that I consider in terms of, India being not my choice to be there. Whether you agree, disagree, whatever you feel, let me know in the comment section below. I would love to hear from you. This is Machedo from Machedo.com. This is Machedo and Think Personal Branding signing off for now. Take care.